Hey there, Geometry. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Math with Mullins. Today we are talking about one of my favorite things of geometry, trigonometry. So being able to solve problems by using the trigonometric ratios for acute angles and problems by using the inverse trig ratio for acute angles. So without further ado, let's get started. I looked up the definition of trigonometry, and basically it comes down to two things, where we are measuring triangles. So the trigonometric ratio helps us find the measure of triangles. Today when we look at our triangles specifically, we're going to be working with right angles. So for example, we are trying to find the angle measure of this, and we would be taking apart and looking at the adjacent to that angle, the opposite to that angle, and the hypotenuse of that angle. So those are the key terms we're going to be using today, and we get to figure out how those relate. So sine, cosine, and tangent are the three trigonometric ratios. The ratio of the leg opposite to the hypotenuse is how we find sine. So the sine of A is just opposite of A, which is letter A, and then the sine, and then hypotenuse is letter C, so A over C. So if I wanted to find the sine of B, that would be opposite of B, which is B, to the hypotenuse, C. So B over C. Okay, cosine is the ratio of the leg adjacent to the hypotenuse. So if I'm looking at angle A, adjacent to angle A is letter B, and the hypotenuse is C. For the cosine of B, adjacent is letter A to the hypotenuse, letter C. And then tangent is the ratio of the leg opposite to the leg adjacent. So this one does not require the hypotenuse at all. So if I'm looking at letter A, A's angle is here, adjacent would be B, A, opposite is A, and then adjacent is B. For angle B, opposite is B, adjacent is A, so B over A. Okay, let's make sure we have this written down. There is an easier way to remember these things, and we used the ratio. So, CAH TOA. So sine, is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is CAH, which is adjacent over hypotenuse. And tangent is TOA, opposite over adjacent. Okay, so if we can remember that, that's really how you're going to help be able to easily find those ratios. As we move forward in notes, you are going to want a scientific calculator that has sine, cosine, and tangent capabilities, as well as the inverse capabilities, and you want to make sure that your calculator is also in degree mode, and we'll make sure that's ready to go here in a second. So giving each triangle, or give each trig ratio in its simplest form, we're going to try the sine, cosine, and tangent of all acute angles here. So angle A and angle C. We'll start with sine of A. Sine is so opposite over hypotenuse. So from letter A, the number opposite is 5, and the hypotenuse is 13. For the sine of C, opposite is 12, hypotenuse is 13. So again, all sines are opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is CAH, so adjacent over hypotenuse. So for letter A, adjacent is 12, hypotenuse is 13. For letter C, adjacent is 5, hypotenuse is 13. Notice that the cosine of A is the same as cosine of cosine of C is the same as sine of A, and cosine of A is the same as sine of C. Last part is tangent. Tangent is TOA, so opposite over adjacent. So opposite of A is 5, adjacent to it is 12, so 5 over 12. And then the tangent of C, opposite is 12, adjacent is 5, so 12 over 5. So tangents are just reversed. Now what we're going to do is try this again, but this time make sure it's in simplest form. So go ahead and pause here, try it on your own. Notice you're missing a side, so maybe do some extra digging there. And then when you're ready to check it, go ahead and click play. All right, what we see here is we have option B, and we're missing that third side. So first what I did is I took 9 squared, added it to 12 squared to give me C squared. So that's 81 plus 144 is equal to C squared, or 225 equaling C squared. So that means C has to be 15. Next, we're going to find our sines, cosines, and tangents. So CAH TOA. So first, sine of W is opposite over hypotenuse. So initially we write 12 is opposite, and then 15 is my hypotenuse. But these can both be reduced. If I divide by 3, I'm going to get 4/5. Sine of X, opposite over hypotenuse. I'm going to get 9 over 15, reducing it, 3 over 5. Remembering what we talked about before, the sine of A is the cosine of C, and the sine of C is the cosine of A. So these are just going to be flip-flopped here. To check it though, we would say the cosine of A is adjacent over hypotenuse, so 12 over 15. The cosine of X is 12 over 15, which is the same thing as 4/5 or the sine of W. And then the cosine of X, adjacent over hypotenuse, or cosine of W adjacent over hypotenuse, is 9 over 15, which still is the same thing as 3/5 or the sine of X. Last part is tangent, that's TOA. So tangent of W is opposite over adjacent, so 12 over 9. Again, that reduces to 4/3. And then tangent of X is just the inverse of that, or opposite over adjacent, 9/12, 3/4. How did we do? Next is when we're going to use our calculator. TI-30s are where it's at, but if you have the Casio that I have in class, you could use that too. Using the trigonometric ratios to solve for the missing side, make sure your calculator is in degree mode, and then round to the nearest tenth. So at the top of your calculator it should say DEG, and if it doesn't, then you need to change it, and there's a mode that you can click. If you just click mode, it might shift to mode, but mode shouldn't be up there. Just say degree all by itself. Here's where I'm looking at. I have this angle, and the angle I'm given is 28. I'm given opposite from the angle and the hypotenuse, so the trigonometric ratio I have to use is opposite to hypotenuse, which is sine. So I'm going to find the sine of 28 and set that equal to x over 19. In order to solve this, I'm going to have to cross multiply first. So I can say 19 times the sine of 28 is equal to x. So if you have the Casio, you're going to type in 28 first and then hit sine, and you're going to get this decimal, 0.46947, etc. And then you would multiply that by 19 to get x. So times that by 19, and I'm going to get about 8.9, and that's rounded. Okay? If you have the TI-30, you can literally just type in sine 28, close parentheses, times 19, and you should still get 8.9. So whatever works for you. I would try not to round this long number. Wait to round at the very end. So when you're rounding to the nearest tenth, you're going to round at the end, which is at the end of your problem. Okay, so letter B, we have 21. 21, we have the hypotenuse available and the adjacent side. So this is going to be cosine. So I'm going to use the cosine ratio for 21 equals x over 26. To solve for it, I'm going to cross multiply, or just take 26 and multiply it by cosine of 21. So 21's cosine is giving me 0.9335, etc. And I'm just going to multiply that by 26, and I'm getting 24.27, so we're going to round that to say 24.3. Okay? See if you can try the next two on your own. Be very cautious with the letter D, but go ahead and pause it, and when you're ready to check, click play. All right, letter X is what we're looking for, but I'm given my 55-degree angle, we have the opposite from 55 degrees and adjacent, so that's none other than tangent ratio. So tangent of 55 is equal to x over 8. So I'm going to multiply both sides by 8, so really 8 times the tangent of 55 can give me my letter x. So tangent 55 is going to give me that 1.4281. And then I'm just going to take that and say times by 8. And I should get about 1.4. 11.4. Okay. This next one got a little tricky. So with 33, you're given the opposite and the hypotenuse. This is your sine. So sine of 33 can be found by doing 15 over x, not x over 15. If you did x over 15, that would not work. When you're solving here, you're going to end up multiplying x times the sine of 33 can be equal to 15. But in order to solve for x, you got to take it one more step and divide both sides by sine of 33. Here is where you might come up with a calculator error for the TI 30s, because if I type in sine, or 15 divided by sine of 33, oh, it does give it to you, 27.5. Sine of 33, though, that you can write that as a decimal, 0.5446, and then 15 divided by 5446 needs to go first. Last little bit is finding missing angles in right triangles. So what we've done so far is just finding missing sides. Now we're going to find missing angles in right triangles. If you need to find a missing angle in a right triangle and know a trig ratio, then you can use the inverse function. So the inverse function, you might have to click shift or second, but you should see on your calculator sine to the -1, cosine to the -1, and tangent to the -1. So those are the things we're going to use here in a moment. Let's start with letter A. Letter A, we're given x degree and we're trying to find that degree measurement. Notice that we have opposite over hypotenuse. So this is the sine ratio. So I can find the sine of x by taking 15 over 24. So one thing I like to do first is I like to find 15 over 24 as a decimal. This is just one way to try it. I'm going to get 0.625. And then here's where I take my sine inverse. I'm going to do sine to the -1, and then in parentheses I'm going to write that 0.625. On your TI 30, you probably could just type in 15 divided by 24. So let's do shift or second, sine to the negative first per 0.625, and you should be getting about 38.7. Okay, so I'm going to let you start trying some of these. If you want to pause for here, go ahead and try letter B. If not, let's go ahead and try it together. For this letter X, the ratio I can use would be adjacent and hypotenuse. That would be my cosine. So the cosine of x can be found by taking 8 over 11. So we're going to do the inverse cosine of 8/11, which some of you might have even written that down as 0.727272. When you do that inverse operation, you're going to get x is equal to 43.3. Okay? Next, we have letter C and D. So again, pause here if you want to try it on your own. If you're not, let's go ahead and click play. So from X, I have an opposite over adjacent. So that would be tangent of X can be found by taking 20 over 37. So that would be, let's use the inverse of 20 over 37. You can either find the decimal 20 over 37 first, which is about 0.5405. that's going to give us 28.4. Okay, and then D, I'm given hypotenuse and adjacent, so that's going to be cosine. So cosine of x can be found by taking 18 over 23. So I would take the inverse of cosine, 18 over 23. That 18 over 23 decimal was, I got 7.7826. So the inverse cosine of that would be about 38.5. Pretty easy when you have that calculator. The last two, go ahead and pause these, try them on your own, and when you're ready to check them, click play. Okay, for my last one, letter E, I've got opposite over hypotenuse. So that is your sine of x, can be found by doing 40 over 41. So I'm doing the inverse operation of sine, 40 over 41, and I'm going to get about 77.3. This 40 over 41 was 0.9756 as a decimal. And then for letter F, I'm given opposite over adjacent. So that's TOA, tangent of x, can be equal to 7 over 5. So the inverse of tangent 7/5. 7/5 again is 1.4. I should get 54.5. Okay, and that concludes our lesson on trigonometry. Hopefully this gives you an idea about how to start using sine, cosine, and tangent when you're finding all missing sides and angles of a right triangle. Have a great day. Bye.